Today I'm making one of my very favorite turkey leftover recipes, and that is my creamy turkey and wild rice soup. Super easy to make. It's always a favorite. It's one that my kids always request. They totally love. Now I'm using my own homemade turkey broth, but you can use any kind of broth or stock that you like to make this even more delicious. Don't forget to check out all of my other Thanksgiving leftover recipes, including turkey pot pie, making your own turkey stock. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the little bell so you don't miss any notifications. And let's get started. I always make a huge turkey at Thanksgiving and Christmas, not only because I love turkey, but because I love making all these turkey leftover recipes. The first thing that I do is I always start by making my own turkey stock, and then I move on to making this turkey and wild rice soup, and then I also make a turkey pot pie. So we're gonna start by melting some butter in a big pot. Once the butter's melted, you wanna add all the onions, shallots, and carrots, and then give it a stir and cook it until the onions are translucent. Okay, this smells amazing. There's just something about onions and shallots that just, and now we're gonna make it even better, and we're gonna add some garlic and some mushrooms. And we're gonna stir that until that garlic brings out a nice rich smell, about 5 minutes. Now we're gonna add some flour and stir it in, and it's gonna get really thick, and this is what's gonna help thicken our soup later. I'll just plop the flour right in there. Now you want to make sure that you keep stirring during this part because you don't want that flour to cook and burn on the bottom. Add some half and half. Add a couple bay leaves and some chopped up thyme and give it a stir. Now that's dried bay leaves, but it's fresh thyme. Now most of the time I love using herbs that are dried because they're so much easier than fresh herbs. But for some reason thyme, I really just prefer the fresh. There's something about drying thyme that just kind of changes the flavor, in my opinion. And you want to keep stirring it the whole time again to make sure it doesn't burn to the bottom. And it's going to get nice and thick. Now it's time to add the turkey stock. Now I've already warmed it up so that we're not going to be adding cold liquid to this because that will really affect it. Now you can use like a chicken broth or a chicken stock that you get at the grocery store if you want, but of course I make my own turkey stock after Turkey Day with the carcass, and it's amazing, and there'll be a link down below and go check it out. But anyway, so we're going to add this warm. You can see the steam. And you just want to keep adding the turkey stock and stirring until you're happy with the consistency. Now I usually add 8 to 9 cups. Bring it to a simmer and then let it simmer for about 30 minutes. I usually add a lid and turn it down below. Now we're gonna add the wild rice. Stir it up. Put the lid back on. Bring it back to a simmer and simmer for about 35 minutes or until the rice is almost done. Then add the turkey and some salt and some pepper. And stir it in. And then I just re-add the lid back on and I let it simmer until the turkey is warm. Usually another 15 minutes should do it. It's ready to go. Oh, it smells amazing. I make turkey at least 3 times a year, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, which means I also get to make this soup 3 times a year. And it's so delicious. As you saw, it's really not hard, but it is a time-consuming soup with all of the simmers and stirs and simmers and stirs. So give yourself plenty of time. As with any soup, the longer it simmers, the better the flavors end up, and you'll be really happy with it, I promise. So, oh, the bowl is so warm. There's not much better than a comforting, warm bowl of soup on a cold day. Then now we get to give it a try. It's really, really hot. Worth it, worth it, worth it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment down below letting me know what other recipes you'd like to see. And thanks for watching.